Joe. Go. This is Joey, who lives at Horizon Apartments, LLC, Carl Lambert Investment Building. Look at this crack. What's happening here, Joe?
Joseph Packer Collier here, and I noticed a few months ago the building is buckling. You see the crack, it gets thicker and thicker. If you ask me, it should probably be condemned until it's fixed properly.
So this is the most serially violent single address in Venice. The water table is higher than their basement here. This is a Carl Lambert Investments building. What was the name of that West Side Coalition event you were at with Alicia Adams Kellum? You were the homeless person of the year or something like that?
Yes, sir. They made me the guy who recovered from homelessness.
Right. And was Alicia Adams Kellum there? And who was there?
It was Dr. King, Becky, the general manager of Venice Community Housing, all types of other organizations like St. Joseph's, OPCC, PATH.
This is the building where Christopher died, Daryl died, Keith died, Popcorn was evicted from here. How many deaths?
Jeremiah died. That's how I got in my unit. They told me before this was finished, they told me to get in line. There's 20 positions, 20 apartments to fill. I was 17th in line, and then they didn't pick me. But 2 years later, some guy died, Jeremiah.
It started with a suicide cluster. Steve Clare, Carl Lambert, BLM, LA, Becky, Dennison, now Santa Monica Coalition. We told you 7 years ago about the fraud that is now being uncovered. Who's the case manager here? Who's the woman? Who's the residential manager? You remember Sydney Zamora?
Latoya. I don't know her last name, but Latoya, something or another. Main thing is, I'm going back to work.
How many residential managers have we had here?
7 or 8 in 10 years.
How many case managers per person?
2 or 3.
More than that, Joey.
Is there? Yeah, you're right. Maybe so.
I had 10 before I even got my apartment, which was up here, and I got evicted after Susan and Janet got sexually assaulted by Sydney Zamora. Do you remember him?
Yes. I was here when he was manager.
He started a fire in his apartment.
Right. They keep harassing me.
Yeah, right.
My loved one who
I know.
It's not fair. They want her to
So,
not live with me.
The coroner's been here so many times.
George died.
I know. George died. I heard about it on Christmas. He had the apartment opposite me on the 3rd floor. And they evicted him.
I just saw him 2 weeks ago.
No. He died in December. And they turned Brotman into a DEI hospital that went bankrupt. There's so many deaths associated with this 120 unit building. Hundreds of individual LAPD officers here. The coroner's van right here was so many times. The easy access, the open. The trick, Linda Lux was the president of the Venice Neighborhood Council while living in Santa Monica. We alerted the public with the Mockingbird Sings video, one of the last videos that Gary Stewart saw for his public suicide during my retaliatory eviction. So DEI, we had a black woman DEI judge who evicted me without attorney and wouldn't let me speak. Burnell Williams from Venice Community Housing and Bridget Bell, 2 more black women. Quilla Fleming's abuser that the Adult Protective Services had to remove, and then Quilla sued them back. The boy got $250,000 to shut up after getting stabbed in a broken bone. And that's just one unit. So now Santa Monica Coalition and Becky, Dennison, like the parasites they are, like the parasite protection racket that Venice Neighborhood Council is. This is controlled. It was the Morrison Hotel until the Doors sued them. Another Carl Lambert Investments property. This is what he got his felony for. A Radio Free Venice Nazi censor. Lives. You hear about all this stuff from the Yo Venice Real Estate blog, the Westside Current Real Estate blog, the Argonaut Real Estate blog. They bought the Santa Monica Mirror, Activists Know, and the Santa Monica Daily Press, and Santa Monica Close-Up. It's all the same shit. Morrison, so Fran Rape Solomon from West Hollywood, Linda Lux pal. This is Carl Lambert's building that's sinking. You see his sandbags always there ready for the next rain. So this is where all that DWP money went, on the fields of blood and the genesis of the methamphetamine. Carl Lambert building, Carl Lambert building, Carl Lambert building, Carl Lambert building. Down the way, you see Carl Lambert building by the Starbucks. So all the multiple dwellings are this one little pervert, this one little meth Mike Bonin partner, this one little Garcetti, meth Mike Bonin, gay mafia jingle balls. We're going to get the Department of Water and Power stats for Venice all of 2024 because the reservoir dry was reported January 1st, 2024. And all year long and years past, let's get the DWP stats, TRACI Park, all of them. All those heavy trucks, specialized trucks, a dozen all year long and more. How many millions spent? Because felon Carl Lambert owns it. So this is what they do. Fran Rape Solomon on the Venice Neighborhood Council, and the Lux pal, she owns the walking tours where they rip off the tourists and they bring them all here. That's contemporaneous with Abbott Kinney himself. It's the Reese family, the beginning of Venice of America. Abbott Kinney's inspiration from Coney Island in Brooklyn, where I was born, Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. I'm very familiar with it in the 50s and 60s as a child. So they come here, even though Sonia Greenland Reese, the granddaughter of Arthur Reese, declared Becky Dennison, well, she ordered a cease and desist when they tried to name a building of her rape, because Becky promotes what Sonia Greenland Reese, a black woman, totally ignored. Says that she causes racial and cultural division. Okay. But for all the tourists that come here by the Horizon Rest Rape Room, we can't see in the fog, but Pacific